Hi crocheters of the world! I just want to show you the hat that we will work, the project that we will work together in this tutorial. It's a cloche hat that I designed with the camel stitch, and it is not very difficult. Only the camel stitch that is a little bit difficult, but I explain it to you in the tutorial, so I hope it's all clear. It will be all clear, and I hope you will enjoy the tutorial. You will enjoy this project. It's can I say classic or vintage maybe. I really like the cloche hats. I think they are really chic, really fancy. So I let you to the tutorial and see you at the next tutorial. Bye bye. Hi crocheters of the world! In this tutorial, as you saw in the pictures, first I want to show you how to crochet a cloche hat with the camel stitch. As you already know, I think you already know that the camel stitch is actually the half double crochet, only that it's work not into the stitch, so actually not into the back and front and back loop, so the normal stitch, but on the back side, into the loop exactly on the back side of the regular stitch, sorry. So I will show you how to work it, don't worry. Now what I want to say, another thing is that for the crown of the hat we will increase exactly the same thing, exactly the same technique. We will use exactly the same technique as for the classic barrette with the single crochet. So I will put the link below this tutorial, so you can just go on and watch that one first. If you don't know how the increases work for for a crochet hat, for the crown of a crochet hat. So it's the same technique, only that we began with 6 single crochets in that video, in that project, and now we want to begin with 10 half double crochets. So the magic number will not be the 6 but 10. So we will go on and increase with 10. Okay, now I have here all my hat. I just want to add my brim, so I will be back to show you the brim. But first of all, let us begin and let me show you how to work it. Now I'm working with cotton yarn. It's number 3. Actually, this is the number here. It's a red heart, so you can work it with red heart, Miami, if you want to, if you find it too, if you find this kind of yarn, it's really nice. Or you can work it with the Schreckenmeyer, this one. So it's exactly the same, not exactly, but more or less the same quality, the same yarn. Okay, now I'm working with a 3.5 millimeters hook. And now I'm ready to start the project. We will begin with the magic loop or magic ring, or how do you want to name it, to call it, and with a chain 1. Only a chain 1, and we don't want to count it as a stitch, okay? So it's just a chain 1. Now we want to work around our magic loop 10 half double crochets. So yarn over around the magic loop and work your first, and this is my first half double crochet, and we just want to go on and work the second and the third and work the first round loosely, and you'll see why, because it's easier to see where you have to work the second. So it's the second 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the second round 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we are ready. We just want to pull the tail to close the magic loop and to close the first round actually. So we will not slip stitch at the end of each round. We will go on working in spiral technique, so that's why we will need a marker. So put your marker into the last half double crochet worked, the 10th half double crochet worked. And now let us begin with the second, and from the second round we will work exactly the same as I will show you now for the stitch. So will be the camel stitch. Okay, so for the camel stitch, as I said you before, we just ignore the 2 loops that we have here that we usually regularly work in. So these 2 loops, we just want to forget them, to ignore them, okay? So we will work now, just try to look on the back side of your work and you will see just 2 loops here, 2 loops on the back side of each of your stitch, each of your stitch. So this is my first stitch, and here on the back side, exactly on the back of my this is my front loop, back loop. Yes, on this is the front loop, this is the back loop of the stitch, the regular stitch, and exactly on the back side of the back loop we have this little loop and this, which is a little bit larger. In each of our second loop we will work our stitch. So we have 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Can you see? Okay, I can just zoom in again a little bit more, and this is my first. So here it is the little one, and here it is just 1 loop, because there are 2 here. Okay, just 1 loop. This is my loop where I have to work. Okay, now the second round will be a increasing round. So actually we will increase in each of our stitch. Yarn over for the half double crochet. This is my first stitch and this is my first loop, this one here, and here I want to work my first increase, 1. So the stitch is the normal half double crochet, only that it's the loop where we are working. Okay, so yarn over and just look a little bit. This is the stitch. On the back side of the stitch I have 1 and 2 into the second loop. Insert a hook and work 2 half double crochets, because we need to work 2 half double crochets into each of our 10 half double crochets of the first round. Now yarn over again. This is the stitch, and on the back side we have 1 and 2, the second. It's the second one, always the second one. So this is how we have to work the half double crochet. So this is the stitch, oops, here. So the stitch, and here 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Can you see them? 1 and 2. It's easy. The stitch and the second loop. For each stitch we have 2 loops. We can identify 2 loops, 1 and 2. Is not the first but the second where we have to work in. Okay, so yarn over. This is my stitch, and on the back side I have 1 and 2. This is my stitch. Can you see? 1 and 2 into the second. So half double crochet and 1 more, because we increase in each stitch. Now this is my stitch. On the back side we have 1 and 2 into the second. Only 1 loop, just 1 loop, 1 and 2. Okay, again this is the stitch, and here I have my 2 loops into the second. So for each stitch we have 2 loops on the back side, 2. This is the stitch, and 1 and 2, my 2 loops into the second. I work my increase, half double crochet, increase. Okay, now again this is the stitch and these are the 2 loops. So I worked my second to last increase into my second to last stitch, because here we have the stitch with the marker. Now the marker is into the 2 loops of the regular stitch, so the normal stitch, the regular stitch. Okay, now yarn over, and as you can see, no, we have to work into the second to last, sorry. This is the second to last, can you see? It's here, I don't want to confuse you. Okay, 1 and 2, and now we want to work into the last, the one with the marker, and this is it. So 1 and 2 into the second, we want to work our last increase. So we have 20 half double crochets, and we always put the marker into the last stitch worked. It's very important for each method you will use. So for the spiral method, sorry, so for a single crochet, half double crochet, spiral method, it's very important to put the marker into the last stitch of the round. And this is my second round, and this is what I have. And we have to go on with the third round, and with the third round, so as I said before, we will increase in each of our rounds, because we began with 10 stitches, we will increase 10 times in each of our round. So now we increase 10 times into the second round, and we have 20 stitches. Into the third round we will increase 10 times, and we will have 30 stitches, and so on. And how we increase is like this. Now you can pause the video and watch carefully what I have here. So we began with 10 half double crochets, and into the second round we work an increase in each of our 10 half double crochets, and now we have 20. Into the third round we will work like this: 1 half double crochet plus 1 increase for 30 half double crochets, and this we work this for 10 times. Okay, now into the fourth round we will work 2 half double crochets plus 1 increase for 10 times, for a total of 40 half double crochets. Okay, so this is how we will go on for the crown of our head. Now I want to refresh your memory, because I have here the table with the list, or how can I say, with the, where it is, it's here, yes, for the, that I use for the barrette. And you have the barrette, you have the link below. So as you can see, I have here, I began here with 6 single crochets, not half double crochets but single crochets, but it's the same technique. And then into the second round I worked 12 single crochets, so I increased in each of my 6. Then I went on with, into the third round, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 6 times. Now only that, because we began with 10 stitches, we will increase 10 times in each round. Okay, 10 times, but the technique, it's exactly the same. So hope I am clear enough for you to understand, because it's really easy. Now on this you have to pause, you just, if you want, if you don't understand, of course, pause and watch. Now this is my third round. So as I said before, for the third round I want to work, here it is my third round, I want to work 1 half double crochet and 1 increase. Don't forget about the camel stitch. So yarn over, and which is my first, this is my first stitch, this, so I will work on the back side. I have 1 and 2 into the second, I will work 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, this is my second stitch, and can you see, it's really easy, 1 and 2, we have 2 on each of our stitch. On the back side of each of our stitch we have 2 loops. This one, the first one is little, and the second one is larger, and into the second one we are working. Okay, now an increase, and 10 times we have to repeat this sequence. So 1 half double crochet, and into the next stitch 1 increase. Okay, now again, I'm not working into the stitches but on the back loops, not the first but the second. So 1 half double crochet and 1 increase into the very next stitch. 1 and 2. And again 1 half double crochet and into the next 1 increase for 10 times. Okay. And this is how you have to go on until you reach the diameter, the perfect diameter for your head. Okay, for the crown of the head. Now I went on like this, working with the 3mm hook and the yarn that I showed you before at the beginning of the tutorial. I went on like this for 10 rounds. So actually into the seventh round we will work 5 half double crochets plus 1 increase for a total of 70 half double crochets, and we work these for 10 times in each round for 10 times. Okay, now this is my 8th. A little bit difficult for me to write like this in front of the camera. So this is my 8th round. I will work 6 half double crochets plus 1 increase, which means 10 times, which means 80 half double crochets totally, and my 9th round will be 7 half double crochets plus 1 increase for a total of 90 half double crochets, and I worked one more round, the 10th round, 8 half double crochets plus 1 increase for a total of 100 half double crochets. And here is where I stopped increasing. And then it's really easy for the headband. You just go on and work 1 half double crochet in each of your half double crochet as the camel stitch work, of course. So into the back loop, okay, the second back loop, not back loop but as I showed you, the same thing. And you will work, I worked 16 rounds with 100 half double crochets. Okay, now let me finish this one and I will show you how to put how to work the brim and all that you need to know. So I finished my 3rd round and now I have 30 half double crochets, and I will continue on with my 4th round and I will work 2 half double crochets plus 1 increase per 10 times. That's all. Now I wrote it here, and I will have 40 half double crochets. So I will continue like this. Oops, I just want to take off the marker from here and to put it on my last half double crochet worked. Okay, so now I will go on with 1 half double crochet. So I said 2 half double crochets and 1 increase. So 1 into the very next stitch. I will work the second one, and into the very next work exactly the same. So not into the stitch, but into the second back loop of the same stitch. So 1, 2. Okay. I will work my increase, so I will work 2 half double crochets. Okay, and I will repeat these 9 times more because I just finished one sequence, the first sequence to repeat, and I will repeat it 9 times more, so for 10 times totally. Okay, and like this you have to go on for a adult size, average adult size, women's size hat, you will go on until you reach your 10th round and 100 half double crochet, and you just have to you can write this on a piece of paper, and at the end of each round just mark it as worked, and it will be really easy for you. Okay, so go on like this with your crown of the hat, and then you will just have to continue on with the same number of stitches as for a normally beanie hat, with the same camel stitch, of course. So you will work for all of this project the same camel stitch. So in the same into the same loop you will work your stitch, and you will continue for a total of 16 stitches, with each of them with 100 half double crochet. So you will stop increasing, and you will go on with 100 half double crochets for 16 stitches for 16 rounds, and then I will be back to show you actually. So you will have something like this, a normally beanie hat. As you can see, I worked my crown. Here it is, my crown of the hat. Can you see it? With all of my increases here, and then I stop increased, and I went on with the same stitch, working 1 half double crochet into each of my 100 double crochet for a total of 16 rounds. And then I will be back to show you how to work the brim for your cloche hat, and how to work the border actually, as you saw in the pictures. Okay, so hope it's all clear. Just go on, and I will be back to show you the last part of the hat. So I finished the headband, 16 rounds. I wrote here 2 headbands, 16 rounds, and now I want to begin with the brim. So for the brim, the first round of the brim, no, actually I worked 2 rounds of the brim. For the first round of the brim, I worked 110 stitches, which means that I put randomly 10 increases. So increase 10 times randomly, okay? Then, actually I am working now a round with the same number of stitches, 120. Okay. Third round, 120, which means that we will increase 10 times more randomly. Then into the fourth round we will work 120, so we will repeat the same. We will work 1 half double crochet into each of our half double crochets, of course in camel stitch. And I will repeat into the fifth round the same thing, so I will keep the same number of stitches. I won't increase anymore into the fifth round. Okay, now go on and work your hat, and I will be back to show you how to create your border. So this is a little bit another thing, another way of tutorials, video tutorials. I think they are pretty clear. I hope they are pretty clear. So let me know if you understand all of what I explain it here. Hope so, yes. And I think for the hats it's easier like this, because there are parts that we repeat each time. So it's the crown, the same thing when we work actually top down hats, because there are bottom up hats, and this is another thing. Okay, now let me finish my brim, and I will be back to show you how to finish your hat. So I went on with my brim, and I worked 4 rounds. So the first one, as I said, with 10 stitches increases. So from 100 I had 110, and then into the second round of the brim I worked 110 stitches, so the stitches as they were, and then into the fourth I increased 10 times more, so from 110 I was at 120. The fourth round I worked it all with 120, and now I want to add 2 more rounds, and I want to into the fifth, and this will be my fifth round of brim. I will add 10 more stitches, so I will increase 10 more times, because I think so. As you can see, it's now the brim, how can I show you? Yes, it is as you can see, the design of the brim, it is just perfect, but I want to increase just one more time, so I will increase one more time, and then I will work 1 or 2 more rounds without increases. Okay, so actually the pattern the pattern, yes, will stop increasing into the fifth round with 130 stitches. This doesn't mean that you cannot increase much more if you want to. So you can change the shape of the head. You can play a little bit with these ideas that I give you. Okay, so you don't have to necessarily work as I did, but if you want this shape, you can work it like this. Okay, now let me finish my last 3 rounds, so 5, 6 and 7 of the brim, and I will be back to show you how to finish your or embellish your head. So I am finishing my last round, which is the round number 7 of my head. Here it is, this one, 6 and 7, so one more. I forgot to rewrite it here, put it here. So the number 7 with the 130 stitches, and this is the brim. Okay. The headband with 16 rounds, and the crown, which is this. Okay, and now to finish your head, I have here some stitches until the marker, and to finish your head you will work the last stitches, last 4 or 5. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. Work the same camel stitch, so into the same loop here where you worked all the head, but work single crochets, this and into the last single crochet, and now into the first 2 stitches work 1 slip stitch into the first and 1 slip stitch into the next, and now you can just cut your yarn and oops, okay, and this is what we have. Okay, I will take off the marker because we don't need it anymore, and this is what I have, and this is the hat, my cloche hat, and I think it's really a perfect cloche from my point of view. And now I just want to show you the border that I said I will show you how to work it. So this is the design that I want to show you, how to make it all around. Now, all you have to do is to prepare yourself with your needle, sewing needle for wool, and with a little bit of the same yarn that you used for your hat, not very much, like this, and to count from your last round, which is this one, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the rounds of the brim. Now from here we will count 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have here already the marker. So 8. The first one, it's randomly where you want to put it. From the second one, you will have to count 10. So now I counted 10 first of doing this one. Okay, so I have 10 as the length, let's say. Now what you have to do, this is my 10th. I will insert the hook into the stitch because, as you know, we didn't work into the stitches. 1, 2, vertically down from the bottom, to the bottom, sorry, to the bottom, to the brim. 1, 2, 3. Now 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. When we are here, we just pull the yarn. Okay, now first of making this, we will take off the marker and we will count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we will insert the marker here so we'll know that it's here, that we will make the same. The next bow, let's say, it's a bow maybe. Yes. Now leave the tail, a little bit of tail here, and come back with your yarn into the same stitch and go on again as you did first time. Actually the same thing. Okay, like this. And now you have to pull a little bit. Okay, like this. Now go on again through the same stitches. Okay, and pull again. Pull from this one too. Okay, and go on again. So 3 times it's more than enough. Okay, and now with the tail with the needle, insert the hook here, so on the back side, and now take the tail and the same thing with the needle. Like this through the back side. Now on the back side we just want to make a nice knot. Like this. You can make it double or triple, just to be sure that it's all. And now you can cut the remaining tails here, 1 and 2. Okay, and I will cut them here too. Just want to make one more knot just to be sure that it's well secure. Okay, and this is what we have so far, and this is what we have to continue on to create our nice border. Now I want to show you how it looks so far. It's very nice border that you can create to your cloche hat. I have here the marker. I just want to show you one more time. So I put the yarn into the needle. Now you know how much you need because you just saw what I did here, and insert the hook into the stitch with the marker. 1, 2, counting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and now we are ready, but first we have to count 10 and to put the marker to the next one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and here we are. Okay, and now we want to do the same thing. I will show you. Okay, again the same thing, the same procedure. Okay, we are here into the last one. Okay, now again. Oops, there was one more that I sorry, it's the yarn that doesn't. Okay, so again, and maybe one more time just to be sure. And now here on the back side, and the next one on the back side, and the knot, and you just have to continue on like this. Okay, so I finished my hat. This is how it looks. Now I also just want to show you something more. I worked a drawstring just chaining with the two, so put together two threads of yarn, and if you want you can actually here under these vertical things that we did, you can just put your drawstring if you want to all around and maybe make a bow something. And my hat is ready, so hope you enjoyed the tutorial and see you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.